Lame Truth here, and man oh man, is there a lot to talk about as it pertains to Battlefield 6, Call of Duty, and everything in between, all the people that make up the community of both of these games. In my last video, I was pretty happy. It's nice playing a shooter that I enjoy again. It's nice getting some changes in Call of Duty, actually, as well. But the problem here is that, well, it's short-lived because there's always bad news. There's always something that needs fixing. There's always some fuck-up happening. And I gotta call it out. And this isn't something that I'm gonna call out just on the Call of Duty side. I'm gonna call it out on the Battlefield side as well. And you know what, man? I gotta be honest, love me or hate me, I'm gonna tell you how I feel. And I gotta give you guys my complaints about Battlefield 6 because there's quite a few. But these complaints are different. They're not gonna be the Call of Duty fanboy complaints because let's be real here, I'm not a Call of Duty player. I've played more Battlefield 6. I got about 11 hours played now. I've played more Battlefield 6 in the past couple days than I have the last two Call of Duties combined. So get that fucking fanboy shit out of here. Go fuck yourself if you even think about commenting that. But I am going to give some criticisms to improve the game and make it even better because that's what I do. Now, without further ado here, drop that support comment. This video was amazing. Learned a lot by the legendary Mendez Catarina. Very real person, by the way. Without further ado, let's get right on into the meat and potatoes because, viewer, I got a lot I want to get off my chest. So the first thing I want to say here is, overall, I'm still enjoying Battlefield 6 here. Don't take any of this criticism like I hate the game or whatever, because I don't. I think it's a lot of fun. But yesterday, I got pretty frustrated at it, and I kind of wanted to not play it. It got that bad. And there are some very, very fundamental flaws, which I think anyone rationally, objectionally, will be like, yeah, those are issues. I'll cover those later. I'm going to time step everything, but I got so much I want to cover because there are the real issues, the real complaints, which I feel like should be taken seriously by DICE and the dev team. Excuse me, Battlefield Studios. I keep calling them DICE. Old habits die hard. When I first started playing this, I was hitting the back button on my controller like it's Bad Company 2 to spot people. So muscle memory, old habits, you know how it is. The point I'm trying to make here, though, is that I'm going to give criticisms. In fact, the devs want me to give feedback. So trust me, I will. And first and foremost, I just want to say how refreshing it is to see this. If you're watching in the car, listening in the car, or whatever, and you can't see what's on screen, I'll just read it. David Serlin, the Battlefield lead producer, says, please keep the feedback coming. With the first weekend for BF6 in the wild, we are bound to have found issues, problems, stuff you like to see change, perhaps even praise. It's still all good, I want to know, and the team is eager to show you how much we care. So thank you for that. It's super refreshing. They're not waiting until they're down bad like Call of Duty to change things. They want to change things while they're up to keep going up. This is what I want to see, and this is why I'm going to stick with this game, until they stop doing this. This is super refreshing. I love it. It reminds me of XDefiant and that dev team, just very passionate individuals that want to make the best game possible and are not shying away from hearing criticisms. There are a lot of core issues, and that's the main thing I think we need to focus on in this video, is the core issues to make sure this game stays good, because if this game stays good, Call of Duty stays good. If Call of Duty stays good, then maybe Halo gets their shit in gear. If Halo gets their shit in gear, then maybe Gears of War will come out with a banger. It's a domino effect, So, yeah. But I gotta talk about the Call of Duty community just criticisms and how these people should not be listened to. I'm talking about the FaZe swags. I'm talking about the nade shots. I'm talking about anybody else that wants to codify or Warzonify this game. I think I speak for about every Battlefield player and pretty much every Call of Duty player that's come over from Battlefield that likes the game to please, if you are one of these people, these stupid fucking people that keep suggesting Call of Duty features in Battlefield, shut the fuck up and just go play one of the 25 Call of Duty shoot-a-man military Madden titles. Regardless though, guys, after a brief word from this video's sponsor, we are going to cover what these COD refugees have said. It is mind-numbingly stupid. Just stay tuned, okay? Today's video is sponsored by Fume. Now, habits can be good or bad. One of my bad habits is I leave the seat up in my bathroom, and every woman in my life, when they sit down, just disappear into the void, and I never see them again. I need to work on that. Fume is a flavored air device designed to help people move away from vaping and other bad habits, which can cost you an arm and a leg and hurt your health as well. There is no vapor and no nicotine, just flavor with Fume. Instead of inhaling these harsh chemicals, you simply breathe in natural, non-toxic flavors that satisfy the cravings without the downside. Fume is great if you are a fidgeter. A lot of you guys are looking like Ricky Bobby out there with your hands. Fume helps you curb that bad habit as well and gives you something just to keep your fingers occupied. And don't worry, guys, Fume feels premium. This isn't some cheap thing. This is like real wood, great high-quality build, sleek aesthetics, you name it, Fume's got it. So guys, over 500,000 people have already made the switch to Fume. Why not join them? If you're ready to try it for yourself, now is the time. For a limited time, if you order the Journey Pack using my code BLAMETRUTH, you'll get a free Fume topper, an awesome accessory to help level up your experience. So click the link in the video description or the pinned comment, or scan the QR code on the screen to get yours today. All right, guys, welcome back to the video. So, oh man, where do I start here? I gotta give credit to Jay Bowden the man here, because I saw this in his video, and I don't follow the people he's following. I find them to be, I don't know, man. I find most of the Call of Duty community to just be really, really cringy, and I don't really like to seek out anything they have to say. If they pop up in somebody else's video or like a retweet or whatever, that's fine, but I don't follow them. So thank you, Jay Bowden the man, for pointing this out. I'm just going to show you what he clipped in his video by these guys. It is, oh man, it is something else. Let's just cover it, all right?
I feel like a UAV kill streak would punch on this. Chad, wouldn't kill streaks punch on Battlefield 6?
Hey, just vibe, bro. Just vibe.
This is the only thing that I can't wrap my head around with Battlefield, bro. Camos, weapon camos. Now, look, I'm not trying to bring the fucking Beavis and Butthead operators over to Battlefield. It's not what I'm here to do. I'm not saying that we need to have that fucking Alan or Roger from American Dad running around on the battlefield. That's not what I'm saying. Please do not misconstrue what I'm saying. I'm begging you. I'm not talking about operators. I'm all for military simulating or military simulated shooters. But
that I can find so far, at least.
I will say, I do like having reactive camos on my absolute weapon, dude. I do like when I get over 1,000 headshots that my weapon has a gold camo. I do like showing off the fact that I have mastered this weapon in every way, shape, and form, and I was rewarded by getting something that other players don't have.
Oh my god, that's so frustrating to hear. That is so frustrating to hear. And guys, here's the thing, man. I'm coming back to Battlefield after a long hiatus. In fact, if you guys are Battlefield vets, give me tips. Give me tips, okay? Yesterday, I was watching Jack Frags, Westy, Enders, Battlefield guys, Tactical Brit as well. Like, I want to learn things that maybe aren't super apparent. I want to learn the depth of this game because it's quite deep. I want to get my feet wet again. I want to improve. I'm not, like, so egotistical I'm going to say otherwise. Like, I'm not very good at this game. I want to get better, right? And the one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to say put in all these stupid COD features which aren't going to do shit except annoy me and baby people. I don't want any of that. Keep it out of here. Oh, my God. Where do I start? All right, first, we have Swag, FaZe Swag, whose hairline looks like it's running away from the stupid shit that constantly comes out of his mouth. Man, that's a little mean. I'm sorry. But, like, dude, no, we don't need kill streaks in fucking Battlefield. I don't care if you said it as a joke. No. You know, because you have an audience that are really gullible, and they're going to parrot what you have to say, whether you're joking or not. On top of that, there already is a UAV in the game. Recon has it. Like, you know, the streaks, and Jay Bowden said this in his video, the streaks are in the game. It's just like these people do not think. But let me explain, okay? the tanks, the helicopters, the fighter jets. All that stuff is in the game already. It's a team effort. It's not about sitting in a corner, not going for the objective, not trying to win, and getting rewarded for it. I've had matches on Battlefield, by the way, where I'm getting my ass kicked, but we won because the enemy team was focused more on killing us instead of playing the objective. It's crazy how that works. I had to deal with this constantly when I played X Defiant. I had so many COD just cunt flaps saying,
Oh, we need a UAV in the game. Oh, I need my helicopter that gets shot down in 2 seconds. Wah.
like, dude, the streaks were in X Defiant. You had the ult. You had your, like, special fucking class ult. It was like a lot like Overwatch. You don't put kill streaks in Overwatch, right? You don't. It wouldn't work. You have your class abilities as well. You have 2 class abilities. I don't want all that and like me looking at the sky and shooting down UAVs all game, because that's what it is. Most COD players can't even look up in the sky and shoot down a UAV that they single-handedly got called in because they can't stop dying. Please stop adding all this crap from Call of Duty. Kill streaks haven't been fun as someone who's dealt with skill-based matchmaking for the past 6 years. In that 6 years' time, they've just been an annoyance. Like, seriously, they've been a non-factor in most games. If you are any good whatsoever, it's just going to be constant UAV spam, and it is annoying. So, FaZe Swag, please just go play COD Warzone, COD Shoot 'em Man 38, whatever. Stop. Just stop. And Nadeshot, my God, Nadeshot. Let me show you what goes through Nadeshot's brain. Okay? Before I tear this one down. This one's not as bad as Swag, but it's still fucking bad. I can't find the original tweet where he said this, but he said, like, Call of Duty, I buy every bundle you put out. Please remove skill-based matchmaking. Like, that's gonna fucking do anything. Because you keep buying the bundles, they have no reason to change anything. So on this thread on Reddit, he's talking about how SBMM sucks, cheating sucks, and then this commenter has a brain and calls it out. And he says, complaining about the game, but actively participating is the reason Activision doesn't give a fuck about fixing it. Nade buys every single bundle in the store as soon as it drops. Brother, as long as you continue throwing your money at them and in turn influencing your viewers to do the same, Activision does not give a fuck about fixing the game. Like this should be obvious. And I don't want any reactive camo. I don't want to go on some streak and worry about my gun flashing a big fucking flaccid pecker out at 10 kills or whatever while I'm playing Battlefield. I don't want to see all that. It's distracting. I don't want to be in a sniper battle and I spot the enemy sniper because his gun starts doing some cringy Thomas the Tank Engine animation, or a roller coaster from Six Flags comes out of the fucking side of his gun and starts parading around Beavis and Butthead, and in the distance, because Battlefield sound design is so good, I hear, yeah, fire, yeah, snipe, yeah. I don't want to hear that, okay? I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. Get the fuck out of here. I don't want my gun to burst into flames. I capture a point in Conquest or something. Just stop with these stupid ideas. Give us actual things that will improve the game that is, in line with Battlefield. So that's a good point to segue into my critiques and complaints and my feedback. And I think you guys will agree with this, and I think we can all find some good solutions here. I think if you trust me, as an FPS gamer for like 20 years or whatever, 20 plus years, I think you'll be like, okay, yeah, BT knows what he's talking about. So let's get right on into it. So this is the Mastery camo in Battlefield 6. Can we just say what we're all thinking? This looks like fucking shit. I can barely even tell anything's on it. Now, maybe some people just love that. I think we need to get somewhere in the middle. I don't want some animated stupid bullshit, but maybe something akin to an idea from a Call of Duty game from the past, okay? Chrome camo from COD World War II. Not animated, realistic, looks fucking cool. Something like that I think would be way, way better. Or, any sort of precious metal, any sort of thing grounded in realism, I think would be a perfect fit for Battlefield. Something in the middle. I don't want to see some animated crap. I don't want to see the Nicki Minaj farting tracer pack on my gun, but just something grounded in realism like COD World War II. I don't think anyone would be opposed to that. Even the most battlefieldy of battlefield vets could probably handle a chrome camo. It would actually be a detriment to the people running it because you could see them easier. And I guess that's a good segue to talk about my main complaint with Battlefield 6 here. After playing about 11 hours total, I don't think this is something that anyone would disagree with. Anyone with a brain will agree that this is a problem that needs to be fixed. I would fucking hope so. Maybe not the 55-year-old dad that has never served a day of his life in the military, yet mutes and unmutes his microphone when he wants to speak like he's communicating from a walkie-talkie, all the while sitting in a random spot in a bush and going like 5-0 sniping or whatever, despite him being on attack in rush or breakthrough. Maybe not that guy. Maybe that guy wants to stay as camouflaged as possible. But the visibility in Battlefield 6, and I don't say this without a lot of thought put into it. Battlefield 6 has the worst visibility of any first-person shooter I have ever played, and it's so bad, sometimes, especially depending on the map, it can vary. Sometimes I just want to get off the game. It is that fucking bad. I can't see shit. And with my contacts, man, I have like near perfect vision. So I always play with my contacts. I play with about 20/20 vision here, okay? And I'm telling you right now, I can't see nothing like half the time. And I have a few examples for you to show you I'm not just making shit up. Look at where I'm aiming. And I've slowed it down for you. Look at where I'm aiming. And tell me I can see anyone. Look at where I'm aiming here. Look at all the dust, all the muted colors, just the washed out kind of brightness. And tell me you could spot anyone in that kind of alleyway, doorway I'm aiming at. I'll zoom in for you. You want me to zoom in? Look. Could you realistically see anyone there? Especially without them being spotted. Could you see them? If you answer yes, congratulations, you are a fucking liar. Now, I get it. It's realistic. It truly is. I mean, it looks like a real fucking scene. Hats off to you. But maybe just a half measure. Maybe tone it down a little bit. At least the dust in that instance, right? Just a little bit. Halfway. 50%. But it gets worse. When you are in a dark kind of building and you aim out the window, something's fucked up. It gets so fucking bright and washed out. It looks like God himself is shining his big fucking mag light right into your eyes. I mean, look at this. Look at this. How in the hell am I supposed to see anything? I can barely see my teammates' names because they're a bright blue. I guess I could go change that color if I want to. But like, dude, this is too bright. Even watching this gameplay, I bet you saw me kill people that you didn't see. There's a ton of people on the ground in my last couple days of playing that I thought were corpses, for example. This guy right here, the only reason I was able to shoot him is because I felt my aim assist just slightly slow down while aiming down there. It's not that great. The visibility, it's gotta be the worst of any FPS I've ever played. And I played Modern Warfare 2019, Ass Hair Cave, Piccadilly, all those other dog shit maps where the sun is beaming right into my eyes like it's exploding. Can't see shit in those games. And truthfully, this is worse than that most of the time. And depending on the map, man, it gets worse. Like, for example, Siege of Cairo is the one that I showed you a second ago where it's so dusty. It's just so dusty and everything just kind of blends in. It's kind of just one color palette. Liberation Peak can be kind of hard to see people on as well, but not as bad as it's got to be the worst one. New Sobek City. That one is just, I swear to you, on that map, and I would show you this, but Battlefield likes to glitch out my capturing software a lot. I think it's the secure boot thing. Causes all sorts of issues with trying to record the game. So I didn't record any New Sobek City gameplay to show you. But I swear to you, and I mentioned this to my squad mate, I said, is it just me? Or is this map we're on, New Sobek City? Is this map gradually getting brighter and more washed out and harder to see as the match of conquest we are playing goes on? And my friend said, yeah, I was about to mention that. It seems like it. Again, I'm sure this will get fixed. Probably just a bug with the lighting or whatever, but it is not good. And if anyone has any tips whatsoever to alleviate this until they fix it, please let me know. My next big complaint is the hit detection, the bloom, and just something else that's really wrong with how the gunfights feel. Inconsistent might not even be the word. I can't find a word that encapsulates it better than just completely random. That's what it feels like a lot of the time. I don't really understand it, but I mean, maybe it's like the lag, like up in the upper left-hand corner right here, you can see there's a lag indicator, some sort of lag indicator, and I don't know how to check my ping, but I know it's not my connection. I'm on a wired fiber connection, so I just do not lag. And I kind of melt this guy, and I'm shocked at how fast I kill him, so I just go and give him the bags. Truth be told, I mean, it could have been bloom, could have been lag, could have been me lagging because of that indicator. I don't fucking know, but the gunfights just horribly, I don't even want to call them inconsistent. They just feel random a lot of the time. I don't really understand what's going on, what I'm doing wrong, but it seems to be a bug with the bloom or something. I don't know, man. I have a clip for you to show you, and maybe I missed here. Maybe I am just the world's worst shotgunner and I missed. But take a look at this and tell me what the fuck happened. Please. You're not going to believe this. This might be the most egregious example of bad hit detection in an FPS I have ever seen. So here's my first shot, and maybe I missed that one, okay? So let's try again. Here we go. Crosshair on him perfectly. Nothing. Here we go. Shoot him again. I see blood come out. Blood come out. Nothing. What the hell was that, man? So this is in response to the Ghost of Hope saying that bloom isn't great in Battlefield 6. This guy tweeted out this video with this. He says, I knew that was why I was losing half my gunfights, so I decided to test it out in the firing range. Just look at this shit, bro. What is this? I'm not moving, not strafing, didn't just slide or jump, perfectly still, no first shot accuracy, first 7 shots miss. I don't get it. Now, bloom needs to be in Battlefield to a degree, or else you get something like Battlefield 2042 at launch, where SMGs just beam people across the map. That's not good. That's not healthy for the game. There needs to be some bloom, but they've upped it so much since the beta, or something's bugged since the beta, because this does not feel like the beta, and it does not feel good whatsoever. I don't think you can see this clip over and over and tell me that something's right here and something's working as intended. Even the Battlefield fanboys, I don't think can deny that something's a little off. Maybe the bloom needs to be looked into, and again, maybe just a half measure, take it down about 50%, and then go from there. That's my feedback on that, because something just feels off with the whole thing. I have a few more complaints here. I do want to touch on the UI. It is really, really bad. It's so bad that I had to actually go to Google and search how to find my weapon level in Battlefield 6. It's on one single screen, and it's a tiny icon in the bottom right. If you play the game, you know what I'm talking about. But I digress. There are some other issues as well, other random issues. Like the gun leveling takes forever. It's way, way too slow, to the point where I was getting kind of bored last night, because like I'm playing for hours and just not really getting anywhere. You know, it's just, maybe the soldier leveling's fine, but the weapon leveling is incredibly slow. Anyway, guys, that's about it for my main feedback. There's some more stuff I could cover in an extended video or whatever, but I'm going to sit with the game a little bit longer and just kind of dial in everything and get all of my feedback nice and concise before I get on here and start reading. So yeah, I still enjoy the game. I'm having fun, but the visibility needs to be fixed. The hit detection and the bloom needs to be fixed. I'm confident it will, but those are my thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Ring that notification bell. Peace out. Oh yeah, and thank you again, Fume, for sponsoring this video. Check them out, guys.